everyone, and welcome back to Broadway from Afar. If you do not know me, my name is Jordan. I do not live in New York, but I have gone there so many times to see many Broadway and off-Broadway musicals. I've seen around 100. I've done everything that I can that's related to Broadway, and I love studying it and passing it on to you. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite traditions on Broadway, and that's called stage dooring. What is stage dooring? The stage door is an actual door, and it's the entrance to the backstage of the theater. It's usually occupied by all of the people who make the musical happen, from the actors, the musicians, to the stage managers, and everybody else behind the scene, but it also serves another purpose. Beside from being an actual door, the stage door is another tradition that I love on Broadway. What does it really mean? When the show ends, all of the audience can come and stand around these barricades that they set up next to the stage door and interact with the actors. The actors come out and they sign your playbills, and then you can talk to them and interact with them. Sometimes it's a short amount of time, and sometimes they take a lot of time to talk to you. It really depends on the actor and how much time they have that day. It's fantastic. And usually the actors try to not miss anybody. They go throughout the whole line. Then once all of the actors are out and all of the playbills are signed, then they scatter everybody away and the stage door is a regular door once again. Another important thing about stage dooring is that they always have a security guy there. Don't feel threatened by the crowds. There is a security guy to keep you safe, keep the actors safe, and keep the whole process safe. Sometimes there's more than one if the crowds are big. They are keeping an eye that everybody are polite with the actors, they're polite with each other, and they are also the ones who open the stage door and close the stage door. So they are very much in charge of the whole situation, which is awesome. I love the stage door tradition because I always feel like a signed playbill is so much more nicer and has much more character than the one that's not. So this is, for example, the Beetlejuice one that is really full of signatures. And then it's a naked one that has just the experience in my mind, which both of them have, but I don't know, I like this. I'm so happy that Broadway does that. There are some things that you should and shouldn't do on stage door, and I'm here to give you all the tips for stage dooring. The first one is when the show ends. It really depends on the popularity of the actors, but you should quickly leave the theater and get to the stage door and be the first next to the barricades. I truly recommend that because when you are first, it's easier to interact with the actors, it's easier to get your things signed, and it's just much more fun than being crowded in the back and just giving the playbills like that. It's a great advantage for the rest of my tips. So that's the first one. The second one is related to that. So sometimes people scatter at the front, meaning next to the stage door, even if it means that there are second or third rows to the barricades. I really recommend, even if it means going and being last in that line of barricades, it's better to be first next to the barricade than a few rows back, but first next to the stage door. That is my opinion. I think it's, again, so much more easier to interact with the actor like that. I'd rather wait having the actor go all around all of those people, but having the time with me, than just pushing my playbill from the back. So that's my tip. The third one, when you actually interact with the actors, be nice. They do not have to do this. This is something that is a pleasure. It's a gift to everybody, but it is not a must. It is something that they are doing from the kindness of their hearts and as a tradition on Broadway, but not all actors do it. So if somebody does come out, be nice. Act with respect. It is so important. Besides from that, even if it's not the actor that you wanted and it's somebody else from the ensemble or somebody else that you just knew from this show, show your appreciation. Tell them that they did a good job. I think that's the most important thing in this experience. Just be a person. You are talking to a person that has feelings and that is taking the time to talk to you. So be nice in return and be respectful. The next tip is regarding to the being nice thing, but in general, if you want a picture, you should ask for it and go for it. A lot of the actors do love taking pictures, but sometimes they announce at the beginning that they do not take a picture. I can tell you that I still ask nicely. It was with Sean Hayes and I asked him if I can have a picture and he said, you can take a picture while I'm signing the playbills. I did. And he actually looked up for a second, which was fantastic. If you are pleasant about it, you are not pushing, and you're asking nicely, most of the time they'll say yes. Sometimes they might say no, and they say, no, I'm sorry, I do not have the time. And that's okay, and respect that. But if you want something, you should just ask for it. Do it in a nice way, in a pleasant way and don't push for it. That's very important to say. The next tip is, look, it's not illegal and usually not a lot of people do it, but you can bring more than one thing that you want the actor to sign. I brought 3 playbills because I have 2 sisters who love Broadway, and I always take 2 more playbills for them and I sign them if I can and if I have the time. I usually bring it as a pack. They bring the 3 playbills and they usually sign it. They don't make a lot of fuss out of it. You can also bring other things that you want them to sign. On rare occasions, they will say no, or they'll just sign one and give you back the rest. That is fine. You can try and maybe ask them to sign the other 2 or the other things that you want. But if they say no, respect that again and continue on. Another tip that I love about stage door, and this is from my personal experience, you might not relate to it. I really recommend talking to the people next to you. I usually stage door alone. And when I do that, it is so much more fun to just chat with the person who's next to you, talk about the show, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you're going to see. It's always talks about Broadway and it's always fun. I've never had a bad encounter with somebody on the stage door and just talking to them. Sometimes it even leads to more. I can tell you that I once waited with 2 lovely ladies and we continued for drinks afterward, which was awesome. It was just like getting to know people who love the same things as you do and just hearing their experiences and comparing notes on the show that you just saw or other shows that you saw in your trip. I would always recommend talking, be an extrovert for just a second and try to have a conversation. If it's too much and if you just don't feel comfortable, then that's fine. But I think this is a win-win. You can always leave with a great friendship from that. The last tip that I have, which is related to time, stage door is time consuming. It takes around 30 minutes since the show ended. So if it's in the winter, wear all your clothes. If it's in the summer, then you're good. But just take that into consideration. It's really important that you know that you need to stay for at least 30, 45 minutes after the show ends. Sometimes they close all of the stage door. They say, okay, everybody, all of the actors have left and you have not seen your favorite actor. You have a few options. You can take a risk and you can wait. Once they declare that all of the actors have left the building, they clear the barricades and the security guy is going back in. You can try and wait. I can tell you that I have waited sometimes for actors 30, 45, or maybe 60 minutes after the stage door has closed, and they came out and I got my interaction with them and my signature and photos. I had that with Stephanie J. Block in the Cher show. She came out like an hour later. And I had it with Beetlejuice, with Alex Brightman, who we knew was gonna come out a lot later, so we waited for him. Those usually are the times when only a few people are left. It is not official, but the actors are very nice. They're very polite. If you approach them in a polite way, they will be polite to you. They will take the pictures and they will sign and they will be very nice. I did not encounter a time that they were not nice, but I can tell you that it is okay if they don't want to because they have their own lives and we will talk about this in a minute. If you want to have that interaction, it's a chance. It's risky. They might not come out. Those are all of my tips for stage dooring. I love it, especially when it's not cold outside. I think that it's a great thing. But there were some controversies from this. The bad thing about stage dooring is when the fans, us, take it as granted. This is a privilege. It's not an obligation. The actors do not have to do it. And when we as fans demand it from them, then that crosses the line. The main controversy that we have from this is, do the actors need to come out or no? And I do believe that they should do whatever they feel comfortable with. I can tell you that I know that Audra McDonald, for example, on Gypsy, she did not come out for stage dooring during weekdays because she was always making sure that she had time to go back to her family and to her kids and wish them a good night. This makes sense. She has a life. She wants to get to her kids. And I am not going to be the person who is mad at her for going back to her kids. Yes, that is okay. And she did above and beyond by saying that she is not going to do it, meaning most of the people that were waiting could already get the intel that she is not going to come out on weekdays, which is fantastic. And as a 5-time Tony Award winner that actually comes out to stage door, that is amazing. She is already in a level that seriously, she does not have to do it. I can tell you Jonathan Groff, for example, does not do stage door. He never comes out. You can never get him to sign. I tried for Merrily We Roll Along. I tried 3 times to get Daniel Radcliffe because he's the only one who did the stage dooring. And I missed him 3 times, every time for a different reason. The first one is that he does not do matinees. That is fine. It's a 2-show day. It's very, very hard. So he needs to relax in order to give his best performance to the next show. I get it. There were specific days that he didn't do stage dooring that I did not know of, and I came on one of those days. Again, that's fine. And then the last time, when I came exactly on the time that I knew he was going to be, then the security guy told me that there was an incident, that people threw things at him from the different side of the road. I don't know. It was a whole thing, and they are really not nice people because I don't think they were related even to the show. I think they were just kids who went to the Broadway Museum or something. He stopped stage dooring for a while after that, it just sucks. I'm sorry. I really wanted a chance to talk to him, and I heard that he was really nice in stage door. That sucks because, those kind of incidents are just not okay. And I've heard a lot of incidents of people who were getting really mad at the actors for not talking to them or not signing or not taking a picture. And I'm like, they are not obligated to do any of that. So do not expect them to do it. If they do it, then be appreciative of that. I heard too many horror stories that made the actors stop coming out, which is awful. It is awful because I just think about that actor who feels like he needs to stop doing it because he feels like shit after people are just yelling at him for doing something that he does not want to do. Alex Bergman is one of those. I've waited for him in DC when he did Beetlejuice. He was the nicest person. I had the most amazing interaction with him. And then I saw him again in The Shark is Broken, and I was really excited to see him again. But then I heard that he does not stage door because people were yelling at him, or I don't know if it was more hurtful things that were said or actual violence, but I know that he just stopped stage dooring after that. I just want to give him a hug and tell him that we're not all like that. I condemn all of these actions of people who are just rude to the actors and demanding too much. As long as it's respectful, it will continue being fun. But once you lose that, then it's just, I don't want them to stop stage dooring as a tradition. So please be nice and please don't be mean to the actors. Thank you very much. Stage door, for me, is the most beautiful way of reflecting how the theater community is. It is such a lovely community that respects everybody, hugs everybody. It is so warm. I just love it. I hope all of you get a chance to do stage door at least once, try it out. I sometimes felt like I was just too old for it. I do not think that there is an age, but I think that there is a tolerance. I am in my 30s. I've been doing it for years now. Sometimes I just don't want to wait 30 minutes just to get a signature, so I don't do it. I do it when I have an actor or actress that I want to just meet and share my experience with them, or when I want to talk to people, or I don't know. I have so many reasons of doing it. I just love the Playbill that is full. It's so much fun. There is no age limit for it. I do recommend doing it at least once. What are your stage door experience? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Have you heard of other things that happened on stage door that made an actor or actress just stop doing it? Please share your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe if you like my content, and I will see you in the next video. So have a nice day and enjoy your stage dooring.